Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. September 23rd, Silverado Middle School's virtual back to school night. This presentation is for the Silverado Middle School Orchestra. My name is Brian Beggs. This is my 15th year teaching music in the public schools, 13th year teaching music in middle school, and my 5th year here at Silverado. I teach orchestra, beginning band, advanced band, choir musical theater class, and also exploring music. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in music education. So a little bit about our program. The main focus of music here at Silverado, other than enjoying it and having fun, is to learn how to read sheet music. So the kids actually learn how to read the notes that are on the pages so they can play on their own. Regularly, we perform 3 or more concerts at Silverado. Probably not this year. Nobody's exactly sure, but I'm guessing not. But regularly, that's what we do. And again, regularly, we attend and perform at music festivals in different places, including Six Flags down in Vallejo. Again, probably not this year, I'm guessing, but that's what we usually include in a school year. And usually, when we do go to the festivals, the Silverado groups do really, really well, including last year and the year before that. Orchestra first place here at the Music in the Parks Festival down at Six Flags. And including, or in addition to the reading of sheet music, training and skill development is a big focus in this class so that kids can feel successful joining a high school group as soon as they're done with 8th grade here at Silverado. So this year with our online learning, we've got synchronous instruction, which is our Zoom meetings. And in our Zoom meetings, we'll be going over ear training, some music theory, some music history, some music writing, also using smart music and doing some small student performances during our meetings. Our asynchronous instruction, which is everything that happens outside of the Zoom meetings, will mostly be individual practice using smart music, which I'll show you how to use in a little bit. Composition projects, some music history, some music theory. So for smart music, this is a really nice thing we have this year. Every kid has an account with smart music. So when they open up the main page, they'll have a little menu of stuff that's available to them. I assign them exercises from the books and also solo pieces. So how it works, just a quick run through, is they get assigned a piece of music so they can see these notes when they open smart music. And then the goal is for them to be able to look at the music and be able to play it along with the program. So here's what it sounds like, an example. So you can take out the accompaniment and only hear the instrument. So if they want to play the instrument and only hear themselves or what their instrument is supposed to sound like, they can do that. It's great to play with the accompaniment because it kind of feels like you're playing with other people. And then we have also a metronome option here. So there's a few videos on our Google Classroom page talking about how to slow things down. So, really encourage your kid when they're practicing to go slowly to really get accurate notes here. So smart music is going to be a great thing for them to use. It can record them, and then they can send me recordings of their performance and playing, and I can give them feedback. Also, smart music gives feedback too. So when your kid is practicing, it'll mark certain errors, either notes up and down or rhythms. So that'll be a nice way for your student to get feedback to help them improve. So smart music is going to be a really nice thing this year. Really glad the district ended up getting that. So, okay. The next thing to talk with you about is how you can support your child in this class. So first thing, is kind of the biggest thing, be patient. You're going to hear all kinds of interesting sounds come out of the instruments over the course of the year. So if it's not sounding the way you think it should, it's probably okay, because they're going to make a lot of mistakes, right? Learning how to play an instrument is pretty difficult, and so a lot of trial and error and repetition is important. So if it's not sounding quite the way you think, please be patient with them. They are developing new skills and new listening abilities and all that, okay? Encourage your student to practice using smart music during asynchronous time. Again, that's outside of our Zoom meetings. They should be practicing at least 100 minutes per week outside of our Zoom meetings, okay? Or more. More is good too. So for some people, this is going to be really repetitive, especially in the beginning. If the student's a real beginner, they might be doing the same 4 or 5 exercises or tuning for most of those 100 minutes. Again, that goes back to being patient, because they're really developing listening skills, especially in the beginning, and figuring out where their fingers need to go to get the right sound. So you can help students find a place at home to practice where they won't be distracting or impacting other people at home. I know this can be kind of an issue depending on your situation, but it's real important that they're able to practice and feel like they can practice whenever they need to. So maybe setting up certain times that they can do it, or a certain area of the home that, is a little bit soundproofed maybe, or some way for you to kind of coordinate that if you're on a phone call or something like that, they can still be able to practice at certain times. So they probably will need help with that, figuring out what to do. And another nice way is to ask to listen to or see your kids' projects. Again, the composition projects that we do, asking them to have a look at it, or to look at they're working on a movie music project right now. You can ask them to look at that. Also, to ask them to play some songs for you once in a while. So, every couple of weeks you can check in and say, hey, how's your solo going? Let me hear it. Let me hear what you've been working on, those kinds of things. That's a nice way for them to perform for somebody. And it's a nice way for you to kind of see how they're progressing. So they all have a solo that they've been assigned, and they all have exercises in their book that they should be able to perform for you. Okay. Now, sorry, wrong way. There we go. Okay. So how else you can support your student? Make sure they have an instrument that works. If their instrument's broken or not working quite correctly, it can be really frustrating, especially string instruments. So all students should have their instrument, a bow, rosin, and an extra set of strings in case one breaks. Violin and viola players should have a shoulder rest. You can either use the plastic ones or the ones that kind of look like a sponge. Your students should know what these things are. We've talked about it a little bit, or you can just search, I'm sure, online. And cello players should have an end pin stop. So to get these instruments and equipment, as well as repairs, which might be needed, the Music Connection is down at the district office. That's a nice resource. And then also we have 2 music stores here in Napa Music Supply and Our Pals Music. There's a link in here to the Music Connection. Again, this is a service from the district that is able to get students instruments, and also, oh my gosh, sorry. You can rent an instrument. This is only through appointment, though. They're not having those big lines anymore. As you can see, more than 6,000 students each year end up using the Music Connection, so that might be a good thing for you to use if you would like to. So the best way to contact me is through email or Parent Square. If you have any specific questions about the class that wasn't addressed really during this presentation, you can click on the survey link down there and I'll get the questions. Please ask questions if you have them, especially in the beginning of the year with the online stuff. in music, it's going to be a little bit confusing for kids no matter what their level is. So please contact me if you have questions. I tried to go through this pretty fast because I know you got a lot of stuff to think about and learn tonight. So if I missed anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help out and answer any questions that you have. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a good, informative night. Google Classroom for us has videos for all kinds of things with smart music, how to tune the instrument, and other kind of skill building. So if your kid has any questions, you might want to help them check in Google Classroom for videos that are already up there. All right, everybody, thanks for being here, and have a good night.